Restaurants and movies appear, amusement parks and ocean piers, boardwalk building loved by family. Atlantic City's face, a changing place, time to lead the way. You want to see the old become the new, remember yesterday. Rolling chairs and trolley cars, Ferris wheels and movie stars, boardwalk building loved by family. Atlantic City, my hometown. Atlantic City, world's playground. City star shines near and far, you can see its glow. You get some sand in your shoes, shells in your hand, it's the place to go. Beauty pageants and parades, cotton candy taffy's made, boardwalk building loved by family. Atlantic City, my hometown. Atlantic City, world's playground. Atlantic City, my hometown. Atlantic City, world's playground.
That was right here.
Child's Restaurant's right in there somewhere.
Right up here.
Right. Very busy city. People use the beach a lot near the piers. Throws me off a little bit.
Virginia Avenue, it's the steel pier. There's only half of the Haddon Hall in, just this piece up here. And later on, the whole piece went in back here. But that's Virginia Avenue and the boardwalk with the beach tent.
Yeah. Well, they could have been playgrounds too, as we know. Today
Yes.
it's back with playgrounds and for little children, swings and things.
It's an ad for Heinz Pier from 6 to 1.
Their time is out there and a nice postcard. Here's another groovy postcard from that era.
All right. It's Heinz Pier again in the background, and Keith's Apartments right here.
Became
This would be the
Garden Pier.
This would be the boardwalk from New Jersey Avenue back to Virginia.
There were amusements, and the Ferris wheel may have started here also, as you recall.
Right, that's between the piers. $1 Million would be over here, and Steeplechase would be here, and this would be the beachfront.
Central Pier would be there.
Right.
Central Pier.
Excuse me, Central Pier and $1 Million. This is steel pier with its Ferris wheels and things going out to the marine ballroom.
Now, here's a better shot of it. How's that? Does that show you any
Same
better?
shot. Shows
Same
the hang drops and the loop-de-loops. This was like their modern version of a bungee cord drop back then in the 1910s, and they were all down the beach.
And this subject is beach.
Right.
So what we're doing is showing beach views from the beach and in. Now that's pretty nice. We showed that before, but these are classic cards of Atlantic City, bought and mailed around the world.
If you look close, you see the big electrical signs. They look strange in the daytime because you could look through them, but at night they were all lit. And here's the Haddon Hall, the way it sat back in here. Look at that.
Oh, we have this here, which shows the beach. You have here, you have something like a lifeguard. They used to use those safari Rommel hats. And there's a guy dressed in a suit. Where did I see the guy in a nice suit at?
He's right there.
He's
there.
right there, too. Look at that, dressed in a suit. They're all dressed up down here. I don't get it.
Now we know, we can date this picture knowing that it's before 1904, because if you look right here, you see the Windsor Hotel right here with its steeple. And we know the Traymore was beside that, and then they put this brick modern piece when they built on their front lawn right there.
Yeah.
And you can see the Blenheim, the
No,
Marlboro.
there's the wooden Marlboro and the cement Blenheim, all right? And then boardwalk and along the beach. That's from like New York Avenue looking west, right?
Right, it's from like Central Pier to Illinois.
And here's the duplicate of that. Let's
Right.
put the duplicate. You
It's
can
a
get
duplicate.
duplicates. You just wanted to show you that you can buy duplicates sometimes, thinking you don't have the card. Buy it twice. Extras for sale some other time. It's not a bad scene. But the beach has always been the place to go. And that same section of town seemed to be the center city of it.
South Carolina Avenue and the beach. There it is right there. It's the Chalfonnet, the Haddon Hall, and the Strand and the Seaside right in a row.
Same place.
Same shot years later when they changed the decor from white wood and green roofs. That's how it looked.
The advertising signs on the
Right, you
buildings.
had
that was a big
advertising
deal.
signs on the piers and on the buildings.
Now we'll go same area looking the other way.
All right.
Back the other way towards the Mayflower.
Right, you had a large piece of hotels. You had Young's and the New Belmont and situations like that.
Past that way, further west. Right?
Right.
Pretty nice.
$1 Million Pier.
Oh, yeah. Just
All
past
the
the
way
train
out.
line. Go further uptown now. Here's where the Nixon Theater and the Rudolph was.
As you can see here, there's no Garden Pier. Check it out. This here would be States Avenue's property. This became the Globe right here. You can see the St. Charles behind that, and you can see the Rudolph behind that. And here's Keith's Apartments with no Garden Pier and Heinz Pier sticking
And
out of
here's,
the other.
after wood came cement, and they sure did jump to the occasion.
They tripled the size of the theater. It became the Globe. It's right here. The St. Charles put a tower up here, and the Rudolph built 2 towers, which later became the Breakers. And then here's the Garden Pier laid right in here.
Now, most of these shots were like the 30s, 20s, 10s, and back to the Victorian era that we've been showing. But in the 30s or so, there became a switch up where it became a little bit modern, a little bit more modern for some reason.
And what you have here is a tug of war. Obviously, the sides are uneven. There's only 3 girls on this side and 4 on this side. So if these girls win, it puts them to shame. But that's how they used to play tug of war.
Families went to the beach. Families had a good time on the beach. There's 3 young girls having a good time in Atlantic City. And then it got even a little bit more modern, 30s and early 40s, I guess.
Right, the kids were allowed to have regular trunk bathing suits.
Well, that may have been a little
Actually,
later.
if you look, I don't know if it shows up on the TV, but here's the X's in wood of the lifeguard stand.
Yeah, I can see it in the shadow
in
there.
the shiny mud part of the beach.
And then everybody's learning something down the beach. How to dig a hole was the big thing with the sand, build the sand. Parents used to bury their children up to their neck so that they could take a dip in the water. Here's how the guys started to frolic in the sea, probably rough, jumping around. And here's how the ladies, later on, coming into the 30s and 40s, I would imagine, coming out there with them bathing suits.
Bathing beauties on the beach, Atlantic City.
So
All right,
we've
so
been,
that's that.
that's the beach era of the 30s, 20s, 10s, and backwards. Now we want to go 30s, 40s, 50s, and forward, which to show you would be this one to start.
That's what it looked like.
That was pretty
It's
nice
amazing,
place.
isn't it? There's no convention hall in here, remember?
What is that shot? That's from what? Michigan?
No,
wait.
it's down further about maybe,
The Ambassador, or the Ritz?
I'd say the side of the Ritz. That was the highest building built. And then this would be, this here, it would be California Avenue.
And there's
And then
no
it goes-
convention hall.
Up the boardwalk.
No convention hall, really?
That's what I said.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did say that. There's no convention hall
And
there.
if you notice, the water's up pretty far. The water's right up to the boardwalk there as it is now. We always have this problem.
Here we go again. Uptown, Steel Pier looking west.
That's the Steel Pier looking west from above the Garden Pier. You see Virginia Avenue and the boardwalk right here. Here's the Strand and the Seaside.
Well, here's some Central Pier with the Mayflower, which was the Almanac. This here became the Casino Control Commission, the arcade building where the bank used to be. There was a bank in there.
Boardwalk National Bank. You can see this here. This is where there was a hot dog stand for years everybody went to by the Kreischers from Ventnor.
Yeah,
They had that particular hot dog and pork roll stand there. And here's the Mayflower, which was Stockton College for a few years there before they tore it down.
Well, prior to that would be this, correct? Is that early? Of that picture?
That's still it. It's laying right in here.
All right, we're going to start zooming through some beautiful boardwalk cards. Look at that. That must be the New York Avenue Pavilion, right?
That is New York Avenue. This here later became a permanent bathroom. And this is from the side of Central Pier, looking west.
Wow.
The Traymore is in. You can see it dancing right up here like a big drip castle.
Now those two pavilions there, that became a bathroom.
Right.
That became a bathroom. The same thing at Virginia Avenue, they became bathrooms, those pavilions. They're not open anymore, right?
This is between the piers, between Central and $1 Million. You can see $1 Million coming right out here, all the way out. Young's home, he lived on there, there he is.
Same picture as a cartoon card, linen.
Right.
Very nice picture there.
But look at how they used to line them beach shade chairs up here, boy. It goes from, it goes about 9 blocks long. Everybody's out.
Is there a second line
There's a second row behind them.
Does this show it better, right here?
And there it is.
Isn't that beautiful?
Look at how they lined up down here.
That's the umbrellas.
Right.
And in back were still the canvas
Then back here was the canvas,
layouts.
and then behind them were the combatants.
And they had enough sense in those times to follow the sun.
Well, people didn't disrespect anybody. You know, it worked properly because there wasn't a bunch of banshees running around kicking sand in everybody's face and making a bunch of Charlie Atlases out of everybody.
Okay, the uncontrolled are here today.
Right.
But there's the controlled coastline of Atlantic City. It's a pretty good pick to me. Waves, people in the surf, everybody jumping around. These are beautiful cards. I hope you can really see the beautiful color in them. They're all worth $2, $4, $6. Here's out in front of Park Place. People used to hang on the rail. No sitting on the railings, as we knew. Still in there, I think. I don't know. Beach chairs, cabanas, big business.
Well, here's where you get the resorts, Haddon Hall, if you can see it.
There you go.
Their pyramid at top up there.
Oh,
there it is there.
Here's that place you're talking about there.
Right? Look at how they wrap these beach chairs. They come around.
Longos.
And then they go all the way back.
Harry Longo and Sons.
That's right.
We know some people that used to own those chairs. Look how beautiful that is. Is that a packed beach? Cabanas. A row of stationary canvas beach chairs. A row of chairs taken to the beach and umbrellas put with them. Where was that factory at? They made them right here in Atlantic City.
Yeah, it was on Albany Avenue. But here, if you notice, goes up to Convention Hall. This is JFK Plaza, back to about California Avenue.
Fantastic. We're going to keep flipping them.
Here's a lifeguard boat.
Hello.
Back here. I don't know how they get it to the water in a hurry on that scene. Here's another one upside down here.
They've perfected the method.
Right.
Atlantic City lifeguards do a fine job.
There's another one here. They're lined up. 1, 2, 3.
Cabanas. Beach chairs.
That's how they did it. Look at how they wrapped.
Sunshine.
Look at how they wrapped around there like that.
In front of the shelf front. Now look at this. This is even cooler at South Carolina. You see that one there? Can you see that?
Right. Same shot.
Pretty nice pick.
Right.
Looks good to me. There's the panorama. Looking west.
There it is.
Southwest.
From the Ritz to the Ambassador to the Chelsea Deauville to the what was the name of that? The Osden to the President.
Here's some cabanas, maybe in front of the Ritz, or the Ambassador.
That's how neat. I doubt that. We got a pier here.
Oh yeah.
This would be Michigan Avenue.
Right. Just off $1 Million. If you had some bucks, you got in a little hut. Lesser monies, you did lesser things to your fancy. Here's a beautiful picture at Missouri Avenue looking west. And we'll keep looking west. See if you can identify it yourself. Bring yourself into the screen. Get closer to your television set. Reach out and touch a postcard. There you go, out in front of the Ambassador, Brighton Avenue.
This would be Stenton Place right here. Stenton and Iowa.
Drop World there now. If you had some bucks, like I said, you laid up in the nice cabanas. Look at them cabanas. Fantastic resort it was. Maybe they ran phones to them for all we know. They should do this again.
There it is. Look at that.
Umbrellas lined up. Everybody on top of each other having a great time.
Look at the old light standards. They finally got back to them. There
yeah, the light standards are back. Here's a picture from Ventnor looking at the whole Shamir.
This is probably from the Oxford Apartments.
In
Because
Ventnor?
any closer it would be the Riviera Apartments, but they're in the picture. So
Homes and cottages
you
in
can
Lower
see
Chelsea.
all Lower Chelsea coming right up here, and the boardwalk jots out and goes in and jots back
Fantastic.
and goes up all the way uptown.
Yeah, man. That's a great place. Here's more at Park Place. Cabanas, Shelburne,
It's in front of the Marlboro
Blenheim.
Blenheim.
There's another one. Beautiful picture. Beautiful picture. Look at that picture. Whew. With walkways now.
Right, you
The
can
city,
see.
I always believed that this city, I'm not criticizing anything, but I always believed this city should have had the walkways, should have had the little shower there. You know, everything should have been set up. The playgrounds were nice, but this city could do a lot more for tourism. Check that out. There's the crowd, the guys in the back in the hot sand.
Yeah, the guys are in the back in the hot sand here. If you're local, you know what that means.
Oh, every time I watch TV news or see a photograph in the newspaper and everything, they always show you there's the dog, there's the person throwing the ball, there's the frisbee, there's the paddle ball. When is the beach going to get back to just being the beach and take the sports to the fields?
It's in front of the Ritz.
The Ritz.
Iowa Avenue, Stanton Place. Now the Tropicana is right here.
Well, there was a Ritz Convention Hall in between these things, but there is the real convention hall in the back.
That's the way it looked from about Iowa Avenue, in front of the Ritz-Carlton.
These are good cards. As I said in previous shows, you can pick these cards up at Postcard Shows, at L'Antique when it's in Convention Hall.
If you follow it down, you have the Breakers, the St. Charles, the Seaside, the Strand, the Haddon Hall, the Chalfonnet.
All along the boardwalk. Torsham's House of Wax.
Right.
That was
Two
right in-
shards.
Two shards, or whatever it is, was right in that area there. Here's the most famous picture of Atlantic City always,
That's the one they put on all the saltwater taffy boxes.
and somebody took a picture from the back. Check that out. You want to name some of the buildings in the back?
Hey, that's a shot from the top of the Claridge looking down at the Traymore.
All
You
right.
have the Brighton Casino here where they bring you in and you gamble.
Right.
You can't see
Let's
it.
see
It's
it. Move
not
it in
on.
a little bit here. Here you go.
You
There's
can
where
just
the game
barely see them where they pulled in here, and it's the Brighton Casino here. This is Indiana.
and drove right back out the circle.
Right. Here's Illinois. And there's
Right.
Illinois Avenue where they put their garage up, if you can see it. Years later, when they toured this garage, that's where we all went and ice skated for the Traymore complex. That's where it
Right.
was.
Some big buildings
and you
up
can see
there.
it going uptown. Here's the Haddon Hall, and here's the pier.
Fantastic. And further uptown, look at this scene. It got bigger, more concrete, cement, block, and brick.
Right, you got the side of the Garden Pier. You've got the Underwood typewriter sign, or whatever it is that says there. I don't have a magnifying glass.
The Breakers, a kosher
Fatima, I
place.
think it says. I think that was a cigarette. And you had the Breakers and the St. Charles, and here's the Globe Theater right here.
Burlesque. As far as
Burlesque.
Fatima's concerned, when the casinos first opened, you would hear over the PA system, you'd hear, Princess Fatima, please come to such and such. That meant the cigarette lady.
Well, today they say Sally Salem.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, and stuff. But here's another thing. If it's on, I hope it's on. Look at the beach tent uptown, the way they made it look nautical.
Spacey.
With the spacey windows, the round windows, and a spiral staircase that took the chief of the lifeguards up to this top post where he looked over the beach. This is
Yeah.
between Steel Pier and Garden Pier, so it would be Virginia, Maryland States,
What a headquarters they had
Delaware,
there.
St. Charles,
Well, headquarters is at south, and there's different
beach tents.
beach tents for different stretches, and then
Right.
there's stands
Right.
at different streets, and it was really rolling.
Right, that's in front on the Park Place, but you can see the way they used to line these cabanas up, man. You went there, you had a good old time.
I might add at this time that even though there are casinos on the boardwalk and hotels, that the beach in front of those facilities belongs to the city of Atlantic City, and that the beach chairs and concessions are not allowed to block people from being in the hot sand or in and around those particular
Well,
situations.
this here shot on screen right now is from Virginia to Maryland.
Right.
And that's where we're at. And here's the same shot years later when they would have Municipal Day on the beach.
Isn't this it?
That's it.
There it is again.
Same shot. Look at that crowd on that beach. This guy up here, I don't know if you can see him.
Yeah, that's the
He's-
recreational director for the city.
He's the recreational director for the city, and he led all these people in like a
Calisthenics.
Richard Simmons type thing. Like,
Yeah.
he would get up there and tell everybody, like, you know, up, jumping jacks.
Calisthenics.
Calisthenics, they used to call it. Isometric calisthenics. And here's the beach tent, and they were lined up here. You got to understand, this is Virginia, Maryland, States, Connecticut. I mean, the thing went for like a stretch of 5 or 6 blocks all the way up to Garden Pier. right there. There's the Globe Theater. Then billboards came in. They were started, R.C. Maxwell on the billboards.
Check that. Where's that at?
There's that shot. That's an aerial view.
From Steeplechase to Central.
Looking right down Steeplechase and Pennsylvania Avenue. Here's the Strand over here. Right down here, the Strand and the front and the Haddon Hall and the Chalfonnet, the new Belmont, the Mayflower and Central Pier. And all the way down, as you go down further, you come all the way down this boardwalk. And there's the $1 Million Pier. Yeah, when we would leave Steel Pier at night, it was really a nice thing.
These are the rich people were in here, very much so, coming to Atlantic City to higher class, want more money. Down here, south, look at that. There's what's Convention Hall and further south, west. Right. So we'll go closer to the beach now. We'll see that's Virginia Avenue, isn't it?
That's looking towards the Steel Pier, Virginia Avenue. You can see the pavilion. It's probably Maryland Avenue right here. Then you have the Steel Pier, and everyone has to understand this was wide open from one side to the other, and the breeze went through it. When they closed this in the future, as we remember it, you walked into the Music Hall Theater here, and you walked all the way down, they built a stage, and you had to pay $0.25 to get any further, and that was the Music Hall.
And they moved the fun house up there on the second floor.
Right, after they took Davy Jones's locker out of the basement.
Main photo.
That's a classic shot. That's the net halls on the $1 Million Pier. You can see the net here. Here's the book. You walked all the way out onto the edge of the pier, and here it is here with the Dennis, the Marlboro Blenheim, the Claridge, the Brighton Casino, the Traymore, right uptown.
Different view, same concept.
Years later, same shot.
Closer. Wow. Nice. Cooking with postcards. Cabanas. Convention Hall. Tremendous. Here's a good shot here. Very heavy. Get that Warner Theater in the corner there.
There's the Warner Theater. Everybody remembers gone there. Well, that place was beautiful. And here's the Shelburne. This is a beautiful dining room here. You can actually sit in each window and look at the boardwalk.
That's very nice. You bought cards and sent them home, saying what you already said. You just checked it off.
Right. You would check it off like having a fine time. I landed without a dime. I'm on the boardwalk. I'm broke. Send me some money.
If I only would have put one more quarter in that machine. Right. They never win. But there's some more cabanas, and we'll keep moving. Here's a little south. Hey, Convention Hall West.
There's in front of Convention Hall. Look at that. These were open-air pavilions, not bathrooms. You sat in these pavilions. They were all open in here. And then here it went like this, and there it was.
Here's how we did it at Chelsea and Brighton as children.
All right. We were right always in here
underneath one of them. See the shade of the umbrella?
See the shades here? You get on them shades.
You know how to put an umbrella in, right?
That's right.
Just poke it,
and
turn it, wiggle it down. Get a nice umbrella there, get a tip maybe.
There's a shot. Look at that.
Look at that. $1 million?
You came here. You walked down on the beach. This angle here, if you ever noticed it, we used to go like that, and then it would angle like this, and that's because in the winter, they would set the chairs for the winter sun this way, and you'd get behind plastic and get a tan. And then there was actually a walkway out in front of each of these directions, a walkway, and the chairs were sitting right behind.
And it went further down in front of the Ritz and the Ambassador?
It was amazing, the lines and lines of that.
And lines of that, how beautiful.
Same shot.
Same shot. Here's a better, nicer picture. Now we're coming into some real good ones now as we start to clip along. I'd like you to see all them.
There it is again.
What a shot.
You notice this shot down here, you can see it. It's on an angle for when the fall, September, October, November would come. They had this angle here so you could get the western setting sun. And here, this is the main tent right here, Child's Pavilion. And look at how in front of the Haddon Hall and all it was corralled. You didn't get in here, man. This was elite city, Jack. You've had your public beach out here. Look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4, all 8 rows of massive chairs. This was like their private beach.
That's only
really.
2 blocks of the beach.
Right.
Here's 2 more blocks, 4 blocks. Look at it.
Here's from Michigan Avenue uptown. They're lined up in here. Look at it, they're packed.
Crowds
Cabanas,
all over the place.
Umbrellas and chairs. Just like, look at this crowd on this beach.
Same shot, little thinning out.
Same shot.
Same shot, look how pretty.
Later on in the afternoon, you can tell by the shadow of the people shooting this way, the flag.
That's the boardwalk front, it's right there. Coming along.
Here's your Warner Theater.
Yeah. Further uptown, a little stretch of a little umbrella there. Here's a good shot. This is a strange, colorful shot here. Strange shot. Look at that train.
That is wild. Look at the dentist here.
Place.
We used to look at these places when we'd walk down the boardwalk as 6-year-olds and look up, and it actually looked like the building, if you can get more of it in there. It also looks like the building where the Captain Hook's ship would come to the side of the building and pick up Wendy and Peter Pan, right? Look at it.
Yeah, with the pixie dust. There you go.
Right, there it is.
Boardwalk, Park Place. Looking good, heading west. Look at that light standards on that one.
Yeah, they trooped over. Boop.
Here's that famous shot again they always showed. Always showed. Kind of got tired of it. Other good beach scene. I think I see a volleyball net in there. Is there a, or is that where they hung the boat?
That's where the boat used to get hung up.
Yeah.
There's a billboard here. It was nice.
Check that out. Nice looking. These cards are very beautiful. We like them a lot. I hope you do. I want you to tell people that we're on every Sunday at 2 with these postcards, and we just keep flipping around, keep it moving.
Well, something comes up there, something
Here's
nice.
something.
Here's how the boat got put aside.
Back up the beach.
Got laid here, and you can see the cabanas as they stretch down one after another all the way down the beach. And then the chairs are in the front with umbrellas, and then the crowd.
The cabanas.
That's how it looked. Here's those walkways we talked about. That's how the original boardwalk started, too, until they made the big boardwalk. But that's how the concept came about, to get lumber to walk on instead of sand it and come back into the hotels. There it is again. They're out in front of the umbrella setup. Here they are. Look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They line up all the way down there.
This will show you what we're talking about. Isn't that nice?
That's how it was.
Tents.
Right.
I guess Capone stayed in one of them, right?
Here's that walkway.
There's that walkway.
That's the way the boardwalk was. Here's the Shelburne, the Dennis, the Marlboro Blend.
When you first showed up as a chair and umbrella guy, you had to sweep that walk. That was the first thing in the morning. Open up the canvas, walk the pads out. Look at the beach and boardwalk of Atlantic City, New Jersey on that one.
Wow.
Is that heavy or what?
Here's the $1 Million Pier right here. And a lot of people remember it this way. When we grew up, this here had been torn down, and they had miniature golf and situations.
All the people had a...
Oh, the mast in here. Look at them. Look at these people. It's mob.
We're there. We're there.
We're down
From the
there.
Pitney Village, we come up that way.
This here became Chicken Bone Beach in later years, they used to call it. And then
We
this was
started out.
Ducktown.
We started out as kids at Missouri Avenue Beach. Then we were at Brighton and Chelsea. Then we played out Albany Avenue most of the time. Look at that beautiful, beautiful photograph. One.
Look at this here. Nothing on the billboard.
Nothing on the billboard.
Nothing on the billboard. They must have been caught in season.
So this is
all gone.
Here's the uptown side.
Here's a shop.
Wow.
Look at that. This shows the piers. You can see how long $1 Million Pier was. It started on the boardwalk and went all the way out to here.
The Ambassador's one whole piece here, right?
Ambassador's one whole piece.
Is it one whole piece on that one? There's a gap in between them two.
That's the
What
gap.
is that gap?
It's two separate buildings before they connected them. See, now this here was the railroad right away. People don't know that. That's why it curved like this. But look at the massive lawns down here. Here's the Osden. Here's Hartford Avenue where the Valley Grand got put up. Actually, the Strand came down here back in the 60s. Here's the President. There's the Dutch Kitchen.
What is that?
Right here. The Dutch Kitchen, a couple lots, Wilson Avenue, the Osden, the Chelsea, the Ambassador, the Ritz, and the Convention Hall.
Wow.
There's Central Pier,
Let's see the
Steel
other
Pier.
side of the city. Let's go over this way.
All right. Go deep inside, up to
There's Boston Avenue, up on the front.
right here.
There's that Boston Avenue place
comes
still
right
there.
down here. Here's Winchester, where it makes a turn when you go uptown.
We see
Up to
something
here.
right here. Right there on the corner of Boston Avenue was a place called Alice's Restaurant. It was ran by our mother. In 1967 and 68, we had a little restaurant right down there.
Right.
Here's that big building at Boston Avenue.
What's here now? Subway.
Subway, and the big building's still there.
Shep's Pharmacy.
Let me see if I can get close. If you look right here where I'm pointing, there's the railroad station coming all the way up to Atlantic Avenue.
Right.
Right in and up to Atlantic Avenue. This is the other railroad station going to City Hall. This is the other one going to the Guaranteed Bank and Trust Company.
Right.
So the city is a big city. It took them a long time to wipe it out.
If you look here, you'll notice one thing. If you can look all the way over here in the corner,
Where is that?
pick that
Over
card
here?
up just a
Yeah.
little, right there. No,
Yeah.
Chelsea Village.
Okay.
Chelsea Village would be right in
No
there.
Chelsea Village. Listen, we only have about 50 seconds left. We appreciate you tuning in each week. We're here same time, same station, every Sunday at 2. Hello. And we'd like you to join us as we flip through the postcards.
And get your VCRs taping these shows and send it. Keep the shows for yourself or send it to a library or something so they can get volumes of them packed up in
This
here.
show is to be continued. What we do is flip postcards. We bring them in, we put them down, we tell you about them. We hope you tune in next Sunday at 2, same time, same place. Thank you very much.
New York has its lady, San Francisco the Bay, Paris has its tower, London its queen. The town I was born in might change from old to new. That's something I must tell you. I've got sand in my shoes. I'll never leave Atlantic City. I'll never go too far away. I'll never leave Atlantic City. On the boardwalk, the song, people come every day, take in the salt air, walk on its beaches, might ride in rolling chairs. When they look at the brand new, think of the old days, things they used to do. Atlantic City, my hometown, I won't forget Atlantic City. I'll never leave